So, Attack on Titan, season finale, part 2. All I have to say about it, 80% sounds like a passing grade to me. I'm gonna be honest. Like, 80% at least. That's a pass. In my passing grade. Passing grade. He got the passing grade.
80%, to be fair, still get a degree. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's right, dude. You get a degree from those percentages, bro. Hey, as far as I'm counting it, success. At least we good.
For me, it's a pass or no pass grade, and they passed. You know,
he may not have caught them all. He may not have pulled an Ash Ketchum and caught them all, but he caught 80% of them, which is pretty good. He's pretty good.
He was close to completing the Pokédex.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been Team Genocide from the start. And
I forgot that you had that thing. No, I totally forgot that.
So the only part that made me falter in that belief this episode was when all those people were passing the baby. I was like, oh my god, I'm kind of a terrible person. But at the same time, I was like, yourself.
Wait. You know what the craziest part was? Why were they passing the baby more towards the rumble?
Because they didn't want it to fall off for certain.
Yeah, because it was falling off the thing.
No, but they were literally like throwing the baby into it. Like, all right, let's just make this as painless as possible. Chuck it over to
But didn't the baby survive though? Didn't the baby survive though?
It did.
This shit worked. You had it for no reason. Let them cook, man. Let them cook.
They didn't know it was stopping though.
Archie, it makes me think about like when people throw things at like stadiums and all that stuff.
Oh my god.
No, for real though. For real.
That was
I was
crazy.
like, bro.
Fuck. No, that was the one moment where I was like, maybe I'm on the wrong side of this right
now. Maybe. You know, the only moment.
Real quick, I brought it right back and I was like,
no, I was about to say
baby,
that.
Fall off that cliff, bitch. See ya. Adios.
This is insane.
See you later. Maybe next time don't be a racist baby.
Yeah, cause that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah. Man, but the Attack on Titan ending, I feel like regardless of your opinion on necessarily how good you think the ending was in general, I think it's a generational ending, regardless of the facts. Like sitting there, I was watching it with some of my teammates, and like seeing their reaction, as well as even my own reaction to like as things were going on. Like there were moments where we were all like in unison, like what the fuck just happened, like out loud. Like, and like afterward, like talking for like 15-20 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And like everyone's just like, bro, that was the best thing I've ever seen, best anime episode I've ever seen. Like to see that have effect on people right in front of my eyes, and even myself being like, bro, what the fuck I just witnessed, I having to think through that. Like, bro, I could barely even go to sleep last night, bro. I was just
dude, I'm sitting here still thinking, are you done talking real quick before I start going?
Yeah, go ahead,
I was about to interrupt. Okay, bad. Dude, when we found out that he was talking to them the entirety of their childhoods, bro, he was having these conversations with Armin and shit since they were kids, bro, and erasing it from their fucking brain.
Oh man, facts. That shit was wild.
When I heard that shit, bro, that was fucking wild.
Here's my thing, right? The erasing part was supposed to be the Founders Titans ability, right?
Yes, but the thing is, once he possessed the founders and the attack, everything spanned across time and didn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I got the right powers right, because he did have
founders, the memory power.
Yeah.
But it was just the combo of the founder and attack Titan that made him be like, oh shit, he's OP now.
Yeah.
And to be fair, not gonna lie, Eren, at least with that ability, is a better man than me. I would be going back in time, telling my friends like, "Oh, this is the best anime ever," and like influencing their brain from childhood, and like all that stuff, like or like basically, and then or like just putting thoughts in their brain.
Watch Kiss Exes. Watch it.
Yeah,
you'll love it.
Yeah. So, it'll be the greatest. You know what I mean?
It'll be the great. Be like,
go to School Days. This scene right here.
School Days, yeah, School Days. Best, like, yeah, like, I see, like, and then, like, once, like, I would probably do something about, like, how Attack on Titan's ending doesn't even compare. I mean, like, it's not even close to School Days ending, you know, like, things like that. Like,
this is crazy.
You know what? While watching that scene, I was like, as a kid, Eren was a better man than me as a kid, because I would have totally gotten away with so many crimes if I found out I could do that shit. You know what I mean?
Like what, buddy?
Like I would have stolen so much money from the fucking palace. I would have literally escaped type shit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
River
literally,
doesn't
like
believe anything you're saying right now.
I can steal all their like money and food and shit, and I would just be like, hey, you forgot about it, and like that's it. Hey, who's gonna stop me? You know what I mean? Hey, if I was poor, I would be doing that shit. You know what I
So
mean?
who's gonna stop me? Oh, okay, Speed. Okay, Speed.
Stop me, bro. Hey.
Dude, I sort of like me and Archie should never be in any anime. We're making like the world way worse.
Bro. Yeah,
No,
nah.
dude, I would not want to. I would be like, man, fuck my dad, bro. I don't
Dude,
want to see humanity, bro.
imagine
Give me this
me
fucking
with
money.
unimaginable power like Eren, bro. Imagine what I would do.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
want to
this,
even
I
imagine.
I wonder. That'd be fucking
Mm.
hilarious.
Hey,
What-
What if it's a
right
plot
now-
twist, bro? And like Dylan, like Loki just does nothing. Like if he actually got, he just doesn't do anything. Like he's just
It's
like, oh,
man,
nice.
fuck this.
River, I bet River right now is in his brain thinking about who would be the worst with the power of like Eren right now. He's thinking about all three of us and like who would be the worst.
Archie.
It's definitely
No,
Archie.
It's
But
definitely
still.
Archie.
No, it's me.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
What
Archie.
is that? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna lie, it's Archie, bro.
I don't
Final
know.
answer.
I'll be back. Give me a second.
I have no idea.
Going
what
once,
you-
going twice?
Go
No, I'll
on.
answer.
Initial thoughts on the ending.
Honestly, my mind was blown. Like I just like to be completely honest, pretty much my first feeling was relief, bro. Because after hearing all the manga readers hate on it for so long, I was just sitting there like, okay, when is this gonna go bad? When is this gonna go bad? When is this gonna like in my head I'm watching, I'm like, okay, this is good so far. It's still good. We're still good. We're still good. And then we pretty much got to the end. The Armin and Eren scene was the point where I was like, okay, I could see how people may have been talking about this. That's where I was like, okay, this is kind of getting thrown off. But then I felt like they pulled it back together after that. And I was like, okay, we good. I like the ending. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with where things stood. This was a good ending. It doesn't change. Really, to be honest, my thoughts on the ending in terms of AOT itself, it doesn't really change where AOT sits in my mind. It really just stayed the same. AOT's been peak. I thought the ending was really good. It just stays the same. It didn't necessarily make it better. It didn't necessarily make it worse. It just kind of stayed the same in my mind.
And then
so.
I'll give you because I think I'm the only one who was reading it actually monthly at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you my perspective and everything like that I saw when it dropped. So no matter because especially where I caught up. I mean, of course you're watching this, spoilers, but specifically when Eren turned into the the founding Titan. That's exactly that chapter dropped. Heard massive things about AOT. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a second try.
Right.
It's sounding really good. And then I reread it and I'm like, this is a very good series. I think could be a high favorite. And then at least from reading that monthly each time and basically just letting your thoughts sit that long,
Right.
things started getting muddied, just thoughts about that to the point that it's probably because also me and my really good friend from high school, and then we still keep in contact. We both did the same journey, basically, that we were because we're both still in high school at this time too. And we're basically reporting to each other each time the chapter drops. I'm like, oh my gosh, this happened. And then we were actually so blind faith at a certain point because we were both kind of disappointed a little bit. Nah, we have faith in Isayama. He's going to deliver. He's going to deliver. He's going to drop better than Code Geass or something like that. We're saying better, shit like that. And then then we're watching it, and then we read the final chapter. And we're like, nah, this shit's ass. But then, also one thing about that is that the first chapter that was dropped right away wasn't actually the one that I think the anime went with.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, actually, let me ask you a logistical question. What happened at the did you see the tree at the end or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that and
So MECHA burying Eren at the tree type shit.
Yeah, so that stuff, and then also did you see the future stuff or no?
So what happened? So from what I heard is that they said that Eldia got destroyed immediately after. But in the
80%,
in the anime, Eldia got destroyed generations later type shit. They let time pass, and then it got
because that's so again in the manga. That's what you said. The first one is exactly what happened right as it dropped. But then about a couple of weeks, I don't remember how long, but again because this was a while back, 2 years ago. But then that actually wasn't in the original ending. But then Isayama started adding okay, he wanted to add more detail to it and started adding more and more. That's where we got the finals thing where it definitely improved everything. Because by that point, like again, when it first dropped, it was one of like there was really no in between of like, oh, it was just okay. It was either the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, or like, oh yeah, this is great. Like this is like one of the best endings and fitting for AOT. It was very far and few people that I knew that said that it was just okay, or like it makes like it's a solid ending and things like that.
I think that happened as it moved along. Like eventually, people
it moved along just basically because, like,
yeah.
again, like I guarantee you that's gonna happen with One Piece. I guarantee you that like right away there's gonna be a big like divide between people because like especially with One Piece is even worse because like that's span. By the time it probably ends, it's gonna probably span 30 years, probably. And so, but then anyways, with AOT, like it spanned over 10 years, and you're just seeing like this, and like, oh my, like you just see that like this immediate thing, especially because a lot of people were looking up to Eren in like the wrong way about like how like, yeah, he's like the Chad, like the guy who kills everybody, he always moves forward, stuff like that. So they didn't like the aspect that he went back to who he was beforehand, because that's like the thing that I actually like about Eren is because he always, if you look back through the whole context of the story, he's pretty much the same person actually. Like not like I mean he does have development, but still like he's like at core he's always who he is,
Yeah.
Right.
Like he will always like put up a front of like this, like this is like I have to act like this for this plan to work, but on the inside I'm still like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have to trust that this is gonna work, but I'm still scared as hell. You know what I mean? And it's like
he has a facade.
And but that's like real life too. Like in real life, you have to say I'm the shit or I can do this. But of course, everyone on the inside is like, "Fuck, I actually don't know." But I have to try.
I mean,
you know
but not me.
I want to
say
that's what I was gonna say. I don't know about everybody.
Not me. I don't know about you, Archie, but not me. But no,
yeah,
but
I just believe it. Touch it.
Yeah, but then anyways, like going like so that's like the whole thing about like right as it dropped was the worst the divide was. But then as time went with like the extra chapter, the extra page, I mean, it was an extra chapter, but it extended the last chapter.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when people started softening their opinion, including me, because I was, of course, in the party of saying like it was awful. Or well, like the only thing that I truly liked from that chapter was Levi's conclusion, which is that's still the thing that I liked the most. But still, like it was just rough reading that monthly because I'm just more of the believer that anything usually, especially a story like Attack on Titan, is honestly one of the hardest stories to watch or read, not in bingeable form. Right. Like just watching it weekly / month, reading it monthly is truly awful because I mean it's good too because Attack on Titan does give you like a lot of like thought, like oh this theory, maybe this theory, like like example like how many people are like. Oh, is that Eren's kid at the end? Like
it is
Historia. Like
this guy's on true belief on that.
It definitely is, bro. Look. Okay, go ahead. I'll hit on this.
No, you go on. No, because I've been talking too long. But
look, bro. The way that I think RJ put it perfectly. I don't know if y'all saw his tweet.
No, like it's like not on dramatic. Like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So basically, he said like from a cinematic perspective. The way they kept like zooming in on the baby, like it's supposed to show you something. And that's what I noticed during the episode. They kept coming back to this baby. I'm like, okay, realistically speaking, if this is Historia and that farmer's kid, why the fuck does this kid matter? Like, why does this kid matter? The only way it would really matter is if they're trying to tell you it's Eren's kid, which we thought, could have been a possibility to begin with. So I think it's lost.
Which one? The one that was being passed?
Historia's kid is
different one.
Eren,
okay, that's what I was about to say. I was like, we're not talking about the one that's being passed.
And then think about it too.
Didn't it have like blonde hair though, or some shit?
Yeah, but Historia's blonde. So like, you feel me?
Yeah.
I think it had green eyes though, which is Eren has green eyes, right?
I think it was like brownish. I think it was brown. I might be wrong though.
But like the thing is too is at the end where the kid goes into the tree, that kid I think is supposed to look like Eren. How would Eren have a descendant if it wasn't his kid? So it ties back together.
But how would his hair change colors, bro? How would his hair?
It's not the same kid. It's genetic.
It was like. Well, yeah, because again, remember, like genetics, like recessive and dominant.
Yeah,
like,
this is like what That would probably
But
be
I'm
like
saying
300
if his-
years
I'm
in the future, damn near 300 years in the future.
Oh, like you thinking it like descendant?
Yeah,
what he said.
because
he
I'm
said.
talking about the kid that walked into the tree, like all like at the very end of.
You're saying that kid, the kid that walked in the tree, but you're saying that that kid is also different
No.
from the one that was
that
being
kid.
zoomed in on.
I think that kid is Eren's descendant, but how could it possibly be Eren's descendant unless he had a child? So that's why I think it has to be.
I don't know,
another
man. Like
point to
maybe
it being
he
his
used
child.
the founders. Maybe Eren actually used the founder tie-ins to make everybody his kid. Like in the whole
Yeah, bro.
I
Technically,
believe
I think he could have probably done that.
he could have done that, honestly. But anyways, I'm not gonna lie to you. That part of the ending, I don't care that much about that part of the ending. But let me get my shit off for a little bit. I think the first hour of the finale was like a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. I was very satisfied. I liked what I was seeing. I liked the fight.
Nice.
I like I literally liked almost everything about the first hour of the finale. I was like, dude, this is actually really good. I like it. Even though there is like, plot armor, whatever. Every shonen has it, it's whatever. Like I can look past that because it's shonen. But then the last 30 minutes happen, right? And I'm thinking in my head, please to God, make this make sense. And some did, some didn't.
Dude,
Contradictions.
There was a lot.
Okay, but like what?
I wasn't finished.
He's not done. He's not done.
I after those first 30 minutes of me watching like the last part, I had to rewatch. Like I had to sit with it and think about it. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, something doesn't make sense. I had to go back and like rewatch it. I had to rewatch it multiple times to be like, am I missing something? Did I really miss something? And I came to the conclusion that I didn't, and I think that either Isayama didn't tell us something he was thinking and just assumed we knew, which we can't really assume sometimes with something this convoluted, or he wrote himself into a corner. And it's like, I think the latter of like, he kind of wrote himself into a corner with some of these things, or he forgot something, I don't know. But overall, with the finale, I think it's a solid 6 to 7 out of 10. It's nothing crazy. But it's nothing ass. Nothing.
6 or 7?
The finale.
Archie, I want to tell you
6 or
something.
7.
The finale. I did not say the whole series. I said just the finale itself.
I'm still thinking that's
I know.
wild.
We know what you said.
Thinking that's wild. We heard you.
We heard you.
Archie,
You don't have to
Archie,
clarify.
I think it would have all been solved if they just added a little kissing with Eren and Armin.
Dude, honest to God,
bro.
I might have turned it off. I'm not gonna lie.
Honest to God, bro, I would have loved it way more if they just made like Armin and Eren like a gay like.
Remember, it's proven that Eren's been talking to him for the
years.
longest time. For
the
years.
longest time.
So, dude, you don't know. Like, he erased a lot of memories. You don't know if that could have been like,
That's literally. It would have.
He was talking to all of them. It wasn't just Armin. Armin's his best friend.
Yeah, best gay love.
Bro,
they're
not.
It would have made a lot of sense. It would have made a lot of sense.
You're what's
I'm not
wrong
gonna
with
lie.
fandoms, Archie. You are what's wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, facts, bro. I'm not gonna lie, facts, bro.
Honestly, bro, I was pausing the frame rates. I was like, okay,
No,
so close,
bro.
so close. Like just a little, just.
And I hate it too because I'm not gonna lie, I low-key thought that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie, there was part of me, I was like, there's no way they're gonna do this right now. And then they did. Oh, thank goodness, bro, because that would have pissed me off.
Yeah.
To me, it would have bumped up the finale to an 8.
Why? Why? Why?
That's wild.
Because
That's
it's
wild.
something I didn't expect, and it's like, yo, you might as well go all the way with it. Bro, put the scene up of like them frame 1 like almost there. Like,
no,
dude,
You know what?
someone made
Just
an
end
edit.
it.
Made it.
the picture.
Just don't
Someone made
do
an edit.
that.
Someone made
I
an
will show
edit
you
of
the
like
picture.
them like pushing them together. Someone made an edit.
Yo,
I
Don't need to.
Come
What
on,
are we
man.
doing? Just let's
But,
refocus, rethink.
okay, fine.
Astro, after Dylan said what he said about having a serious talk, take out everything from there until right now. Okay, Maury, go ahead.
I think like again, I mean, also one thing too, like that's a very key in part that I also still think is not well, specifically presentation wise, I don't think is very great, but I heard that the anime made it better.
It did.
Is that in the manga, specifically like when he like tells him, like Eren tells everything to Armin, he says like, oh yeah, like thank you for becoming a mass murderer for my sake.
Bro, I'm so glad they took that out. I am so
like that,
glad
like
they
you cannot tell me that doesn't
That's
sound
what's
corny.
different.
Yeah. So because you Archie, because you actually seen it, so you go.
Yeah, so basically, Dylan, the part that changed was in the manga, Armin talked to Eren after he explained the plan and was like, "Oh, thank you for being a mass murderer for our sake," and that was controversial as fuck in the manga because people are like, "Why are you thanking a mass murderer for being a mass murderer?"
Hey,
all right, I
don't see how that's controversial. Honestly,
I know you're feeling on it.
I'm kind of sitting here like, that's the preferred ending.
So what changed was in the anime, Armin instead said, I'll see you we'll see each other again, probably in hell, if it exists.
And then like that also calls back like really well, because I remember someone pointing that out with like that ending that calls really back well to because like Armin was kind of like Erwin's kind of like successor in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how Erwin was just like the whole thing about like he's probably like his theme about like him probably going to hell too. So it's very good like thematically that they paralleled that, because they're both kind of like he's like the like I said, the successor. So that was a cool detail that they did. And like one other thing that I really just didn't like, but I could understand, is actually two things were like where Eren was like the reason why his mom died.
Dude, yeah,
I thought that was crazy.
That was wild, bro.
Here's my thing with that.
My
right?
brother and I looked at each other like, what the fuck?
So here's my thing that kind of like made me question a little bit what was going on, because okay, Eren revealed that he controlled that Titan to, instead of eating Berhold, to eat
his mom.
Okay, so he had that power. It was never like explained what else he did to change up the thing. I'm like, what else like was changed that he could have done? And also like whenever Grisha asked Eren in the like the mind shit, you know what I mean, where they were to
like in the past, I think it's called.
in the past or whatever, like Grisha was calling out to Eren like, oh please tell me if Carla lives or not, and like he didn't say shit or whatever, and I'm like, okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's what. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say like I thought at the very least they were gonna show us what Eren showed Grisha, because Eren showed Grisha something. You know what I mean? And it's like, what did he show him? And like to make him like go ahead with the plan and shit. And I'm like, I wish like I don't know. I just wish they showed us that to like make more sense and be like, okay, this is.
But they couldn't have though, because that would have spoiled everything at the time.
No. I meant in the finale.
To like convince them to fight when it was all of them in the past and they were like looking at him.
River, literally, he had the chance to show, like, in the past, like, what he showed Grisha, like, in that finale. It would not have spoiled shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm talking about if they showed it when it first happened.
What point are you saying?
No, I'm talking about in the finale. I'm talking about in the finale.
He means in the finale. Not like, not when that happened, like,
yeah, at what point?
Like, when they were all there, gathered there in the paths?
Yeah.
Like, about to start fucking shit up?
In the paths.
Yeah.
That was like a moment. What are you saying that he could have showed Grisha something there?
No, well, I understand Archie's point is because
I don't think anything was shown. It was just like they were like he was the full founding commander, and he just commanded them to fucking fight in this moment. Or I don't know. I guess Armin did.
Not even just that. Like literally Isayama could have just shown us like a glimpse, like after like the dust settled, he could have shown us like what the whole plan was when he literally Grisha was like confused. A starting point for the plan. You know what I mean?
I do not understand what you're saying. How this is in the finale?
No, I wish it was in the finale, type shit where because literally he was showing Armin the whole plan. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wish he would have been like, he would have showed like, this is what I showed Grisha to start this plant. What are you talking about? When he was talking to Armin?
Yeah, well, he wasn't showing him. They were just talking.
Yeah, when they were just talking.
Yeah, like, I mean,
him and Grisha?
No, him and Armin. He's talking about like, he's talking about, Eren should have been like, and this is what I showed Grisha. I feel like if Isayama would have done that for every little thing in this conversation, would have felt dragged out unnecessary.
I do not get what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying, no, but that was a huge point. Grisha's a huge point in the story. He started all this, and Eren made sure Grisha like started his whole plan out.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
that's
mean?
not in the finale.
So
That's in the show.
No, I wish he showed it in the finale. Is what I'm saying.
Showed
Like,
what?
He's saying he wishes that when he was talking to Armin, that he would have told Armin why Grisha did what he did.
Or like, and what
Why?
he
That's
showed
so
him,
out of nowhere.
And
I
what
know,
he showed
I
him.
agree.
What are you
That's so out of
talking about?
nowhere. Why would he say that?
I agree.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, let me.
So,
Okay, sorry. So,
for
a completely
actual
side
fact-
note, but did Eren like make his dad fuck his mom so he was born or something like that?
Bro,
Yeah.
why?
Probably.
I mean,
Probably.
technically, I guess, but I think he probably just like made
Oh,
Grisha
bro, I'm not
like
doing this.
do what he did, like begin his.
I'm sorry. That was just an intrusive thought. I had to say it.
No, for real. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I
if he
think
did,
I
but-
think he probably did, like he didn't like make them do it, but just like out of what he made Grisha go to Paradise.
Like, did he do like Back to the Future
just-
wise? You know?
I don't. I think a lot of what happened in the story, because the thing is Eren had to be born, regardless of the fact of him having.
I mean, okay,
he had to be born. You know.
Well,
So,
realistically, what I think would happen is that personally, what he just did is that, like, example, you know, like how in the MCU basically says like there's a canon point, you know, like
yeah,
I think that's just like a thing that has to happen already. So Eren can't probably influence that anyways, but he's able to go behind that point. That's at least what I think.
yeah.
So like, you know, like
Makes
how
sense.
like that's how he went to back in time with Grisha to do these events and actually altered that. But no matter what the outcome was, just Eren is born, you know? Like,
yeah.
I just always think that like, always gonna happen. I just said that because of intrusive thoughts. That was just funny to me. Again, but anyways, I think what Archie's point was is that I think because again, realistically, why would Grisha even like work with Eren if like he specifically knew like it just seems weird that Eren like he would work for Eren at some points. At least that's what you're saying, right, Archie?
Yeah, like I feel like there are some like actions that Grisha took that don't make sense unless you showed us what you showed him, because he had to be shown something to agree to this plan that Eren had in place, and it would have made more sense if you were to show us what the trigger was to get this whole thing in motion. It would have made the plan more sense, but now we're just stuck here being like, you know, we're just questioning like what.
I mean,
what happened.
he showed. I mean, I don't think it's that important.
I think it's very important.
I think we can assume
for my sanity.
I assume that he showed him like the worst future,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it was said like that's what I was also gonna say. I was gonna bring this up. So what we watched, all this is it's the best case scenario turnout. He had tried this infinite amount of time. Like he had tried this so many times. He had said he tried it many outcomes, and this was the best outcome. So all of this playthrough, like a playthrough, all that this like was the best case scenario.
Right.
I would assume that he showed what the worst case scenario was out of every possible outcome to him, to be like, hey, like this is how bad it can be. Let's not make it that bad. Let's do this. Because he also didn't have to show him all the truths. He could have showed him like some stuff.
We could have. I mean, we could just say that, but it's like I don't know. For me, I would have.
Sense.
For me, I would have preferred if he had like given us a for sure thing of like what he showed him so that he did it. That's just me. I look. I'm not saying that it's a end all be all type shit, but I think it's very important for me at least to know what the fuck triggered this whole thing.
Well,
That's
why did you even think of that to begin with? Because I doubt you thought of that while watching the finale.
I was actually. I was thinking like what the like literally when he was talking with Armin and shit, and they were leading up to like this whole grand plan and everything, and how he was talking about like how he was talking with everyone and type shit, and I'm like, what the fuck did you show Grisha? Like I literally at the back of my mind, whenever when they first showed way back when they first showed like, you know, the whole like meme of like Eren being like, you know, he talked to his father being like, hey, stand up, you got to do this or whatever. And literally when Grisha was like, Eren, show me what it is, what's the future? And then he like paused and was like, he saw the future that Eren showed him. He's like, is this the only way or whatever? And in my mind at that time I was thinking, what the fuck is the only way? And so I thought in the finale.
Yeah, literally this.
No.
We saw.
Yeah, okay. Because like basically, I think what what Dylan was saying, what he
This
showed
was the
him.
only way. This was the best way. This is what he said.
Guys. because what I think he did, he showed up every other possibility in that instance of like what the world was gonna be, and Grisha was like, "Well, fuck, like my whole family has to die because of this, like, etc. All this just so the world is decently okay." I think that's what his thought process was.
Yeah.
But I do understand your point of view, Archie. It would have been nice because like a lot of like, at least my personal problem with Isayama is that like there's times where I feel that there should be foreshadowing or like things shown and he just kind of glosses over them. That's just my opinion. Like I don't want to get on that topic because I'm supposed to do it with like I'm supposed to talk like I talked about it yesterday and I don't want to go super in depth about it here because it's not the main point. But still, like I just again that's like some of my issues. So like I do understand both of the sides. I probably would say that I think it's fine how the way it is, and then that's not a. I mean, it is decently important, but I don't think it's like you said. Well, you didn't say this, but you were saying like it's not the end all be all. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad.
Like I'm not saying like I'm not saying it ruined my experience, but I'm just saying like that was a closure I wanted. Like since like back then, I was like, I'm going to see what the fuck he showed Grisha in the finale. I didn't get that.
I never cared about that.
That's why I said that. That's just me. I never said you guys did. This is me, right? I literally was waiting years to be like, what the fuck did he? I never got that, and it's like, well, oh well. I guess I never get the closure. Then it's fine.
My question then is what else could he have even showed him besides just the ending like that we saw? Like what else could it even have been?
It literally could have been so many. Literally, he went through so many times.
I feel like that's the only thing that makes sense is him showing all the possible outcomes and then showing the final.
No, it doesn't. Why do you need to know the specifics? You can just like take comfort in the fact and knowing if he showed him an outcome that was either the worst outcome or one of the bad outcomes. That's what he had to have showed him.
And then showed him
the only possible thing.
This is the best outcome. This is what has to happen. So we just got to do this. And then he was like, oh, well, shit.
That's the only thing that makes sense to show him.
But I don't think that's not the problem Archie has, I think. The problem is that it's just not even shown. Like,
or it's not even told. Or it's not even explained.
Like, because even, let's just say this. He did show,
it doesn't need to be.
No, but let's just say this. Let's just say they do, like, Eren does show him the other possibilities. Archie would be satisfied with that. He just wants the actual conclusion itself. Not like the meat, like what the conclusion is. At least that's what my thought, like what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like I don't care what he showed him. I just need confirmation of what he showed him.
Yeah,
that's just me personally because I've been waiting years for this. But I understand like it doesn't have to be shown for the ending to be what it is. I get that.
It doesn't have to be shown because it's told.
I personally wanted it to be shown and or explained what triggered Grisha for my own my own fucking sanity of this is what happened.
Like the implications are there, like the subliminal, like all the implications are there to know. Like he showed him a bad outcome.
Here's my.
If you want to generalize it, he showed him a bad outcome, and that convinced him to do the best outcome.
But hear me out. For the amount of time I had to wait for this shit. That's disappointing as fuck to me. If it was like maybe a year later and that's what I got, I would be more accepting of it. But you made me wait fucking 3 years for this shit, 4 years for this shit. I would have preferred you would have at least given me something. And
plus there's a little bit at least my opinion is like when you go into subtext, sometimes it does like even though it's there and it's implied. Sometimes it could be misconstrued or things like that. And then subtext isn't always a confirmation sometimes. Like Archie just wants the confirmation. He just of course, Archie's not the type of person that's like, I showed you the future and I showed you that the whole world is going to blow up or something like that. He didn't want that. He's fine with that, but he just wants that confirmation, staring in the camera that I told you that this happened. At least that's what I'm saying. Of course, that's a very very what's the word? Extreme case of it. But still,
I just feel if they did that, I feel honestly that would take so much away. I don't know.
I don't
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
that's just like
It's only an addition to me. It's
that's
literally like an
a
addition.
detail that I feel like that's a detail that's unnecessary
I-
because it like I don't. Why do you need to know the specifics? All you need to know is that it was the worst case scenario. That had to have been what was shown to him.
Well, that
Because
maybe that's all you needed, but that's not what I needed.
I
I don't
guess.
know.
I
It's
think-
it's
I
literally
think-
like I've been waiting years for this.
I think maybe our part of our point of view too is like when you think about it like that, like there's probably other scenarios similar to that one that maybe we're not thinking of right now. Maybe just wasn't important to like use specifically like in that moment. But I feel like if Ishiyama were to conclude a moment like that, there were other things he would have had to do as well, which would have just felt dragged out at that point. So I think maybe
Like, yeah, it
part
would
of
feel
the reason
bloated,
he didn't,
you know?
yeah, is because he was like, if I close up this one end, then I'm gonna have to close up all of them. So let me just like do the best I can without focusing on one to make it so it's not so like this, and just make it as summarized as possible and hit on whatever I need to hit on, as opposed to like bloating it out to try to close up every little detail. You know.
Again, like I'm just trying to say, like I understand both sides. I probably more on the latter. That like, yeah, like, it would have been cool to see it, but then like, of course, like River says, that also probably means that if he keeps on doing those little details or like those details, kind of like that, we don't have to do other details of et cetera, et cetera. Like maybe like more details of, because there's another problem that I have is like that Ymir is also like Mikasa in a weird. I forgot how I can't. My memory's a little bit rough on that one.
She
Like,
kept like going
what's-
into her mind, kinda. And, like,
Yeah.
poking.
And basically
her
being like she
in
was like the
some way.
successor of Ymir, you know, like, and I didn't really
when
like
was
that.
It was like with her getting talking about getting the headaches and shit, because Ymir
Yeah.
was like going into her head and shit.
I thought that was. I didn't know that was because of that.
No, yeah. So basically, what they foreshadowed was like literally, the Eren and Mikasa are literally the the now version of what King Fritz and Ymir was back then. Like they literally
Yeah.
mirror each other type shit. And that one is like I don't know how to feel about that one. Of
That's
like
what,
this
like-
ending. This ended up being a love story type shit of cross generations. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this.
And I-
How does
It's
that, I
really
don't hold on? How does that work? Because that would have to because Mikasa's not like
This is what I thought.
Ymir
right?
was Eldian, and didn't Ymir was the descendants of all the fucking.
No, it's not descendants. It's not descendants, but they're just basically like example, like they're passing the torch to those people. They're like the new version of them. At least is what I think.
Basically, what I
That's
got
what-
from it,
yeah.
is like Ymir had this issue with King Fritz where she loved King Fritz and she couldn't like get over that fact. So like when Eren, basically what Eren said, he was like, oh well, basically what I got from it is that like he had to Mikasa had to show her that it was possible to still love someone and kill them for their own well-being, like do these things for their own, like what's in their best interest or the world's best interest, while still loving them. Because obviously like killing King Fritz and Isayama would have been like the best thing for the situation, and even for him because he was just going down such a dark path or whatever. And that's what Mikasa did, and seeing Mikasa do that and take action like that is what finally changed Ymir's mind. And like she's like, oh, so this is what it truly means to love someone. And then at that point is when she was like, okay, I'm okay with releasing the Titans and erasing Titans from existence, basically.
Because like basically like more so I'd rather not passing the torch, but they're a new parallel of like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
parallel,
it means.
yeah.
Because like, and I mean, my personal thing is like I didn't really even like the plot line that she loved King Fritz, just because
That
like
was so weird to me. I
because
was
at
like,
least for me, like
what?
because like adding a Stockholm syndrome like plot line of the final chapter feels weird to me.
It feels hella, and I was like, this feels so like out of nowhere to me. Of
Yeah.
like, okay, so she actually loved him even though she was his slave.
Yeah,
and
like
he literally only married her for her power. Like this feels weird to me. You know what I mean?
again, it's a taste of Stockholm syndrome. I do think those stories can work, but it just more so at the point that it was the final chapters that it happened. That's the
Yeah.
part that I have the issue with. Not that it happened, but just how late in the game it happened. Like-
Go ahead.
No,
I
go on.
wish. Oh, I was gonna say, I wish that they said this when they first introduced the founding Ymir, like back then. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of wish they did that so it could kind of lead up to like this is why she did this thing, and it doesn't feel like super late in the game, and it didn't feel like it was just tossed in there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's just me personally, but yeah, during the finale, it just felt so. I felt really weird. I don't know how to explain it. It felt hella like I felt a little uncomfortable and like a little weirded out about it. I don't know. I don't know how anyone else.
Interesting with the shit you talk about, Archie.
I know, right?
I felt like, to be honest, like it kind of made sense because in my mind, kind of what they said is like, why else would she have done what she did? It kind of was one of the only plausible explanations. So like, okay, like if there's not gonna be another explanation, because really nothing else really makes sense. This makes sense, and even Zeke was like, I feel like if they would have told it earlier, then it does kind of change the plot line because the reason that Eren was able to get Ymir to do what he wanted to do was because Zeke couldn't figure out what the thing was that was causing her to do this. Eren did figure it out, which caused, him to get Ymir on his side, whereas Zeke couldn't. So like if we got introduced to that earlier on, I feel like it would have taken away from the mystery perspective of like, okay, how did Eren do this? What happened? And why is everything
Well, I mean,
going like
I
this?
think like maybe like I think a little bit after like once like basically when he like Ymir went to Eren, I feel maybe explaining it around that time, a little bit after, of course, not right away, but still a little bit after that, like Eren
Okay.
like explains his logic of like, oh, this is why I know how it works. But without like in the story that's dramatic irony that they could have done because Zeke still would never known. He just says it to someone else.
Hmm.
At least because like it just more so the problem like me and Archie at least are saying is that the problem isn't that because logically that makes sense. Like
Right.
Stockholm syndrome is a real thing. Like if but it just more so feels like how it was in the last chapter revealed that I think it was the last chapter. I didn't. It was either the last or the second to last chapter. I can't remember. But again, it was all throughout that finale, and if it was at the later half,
Mm-hmm.
it was revealed to us. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, King Fritz, Ymir loved King Fritz, and this is why she does this. Have like the whole plot, and then it just feels. Again, it's not bad per se, but it just feels so weird that it happened that late. Because then, like, especially because like that's like the point. Like, it also makes it weird. Well, not weird, but like it just makes it a little seem quick that Mikasa's like immediately thinks that like, oh yeah, I'm like because Mikasa the whole story was like Ymir, saying like she was like, I will do anything for Eren, blah blah blah. I don't think I could I can't let Eren get hurt. I mean, I know that's contributed to her development, but to have her like big defining moments though that late, I feel with me like that defining moment just to convince them felt not bloated per se, but just felt like an odd placement. My opinion, of course. I'm not trying to say it's bad writing or anything, but that's just me.
I think just to clarify though, one of the things I don't remember where I heard this or if it was in the anime, but it was clarified that like part of the reason Ymir had seen Mikasa in this light is because Mikasa, even though she said she would do anything for Eren, as well, she would like go against Eren and like disagree. Like I know one thing someone brought up was like, okay, when Eren was gonna join the scout regiment, she was like, no, Eren, you can't do that, don't do this. Or like when they're racing up the hill, whatever, she would just like disagree with him or like go against him for his own well being, which then goes in the end where she then kills him because it's for this his own well being.
That makes sense. But like, no, that still makes sense. But I feel like again, in a way, because how like I feel Ymir is in general is that they're willing to impose their love into someone else and control them in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that's not as bad, but like Mikasa was very much doing that because she cared for him and much more of kind of saying like, you don't do that, you are going to get hurt. Because again, that Eren, like, even though Eren's not like still the most powerful character in the series, he was at that point probably one of the weakest, like, still like, it's just more of the point that that's how it felt to me. But again, I'm more so talking about just the placement, not the actual writing.
Yeah, I'm definitely on Mori's side on this. Of like, I think just to introduce that aspect of Ymir's relationship, or like her feelings about King Fritz, and then that being paralleled between like Mikasa and Eren, I feel like they should have given that a little more time. Like I'm not saying it should have been foreshadowed like way beforehand, but like I think after Eren, again, like what Maury said, after Eren understood Ymir and they like went into like that founding Titan mode of like Eren finally like got what he planned for. I felt like sometime a little after that, I think they should have introduced something. I don't know what, but or like to what extent, I don't know. But like something should have been like foreshadowed at least a little over there, in my opinion.
But Dylan, do you have anything to add on to that?
Not necessarily that. A lot of that kind of went over my head. To be honest.
Okay.
What-
Sorry,
what-
because I
what
noticed
did
that you were kind of like I noticed that you were kind of like zoning out or a little bit.
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
no, I tuned out because I was like, this is a lot of rambling that I can no longer keep up with.
Yeah,
My
okay.
eyes were itchy.
I just
And so
I
I was
wanted
just
to-
started thinking. I was thinking my own thoughts. That was all.
I just wanted to make sure that you weren't like being discluded. That's at least my.
Oh no,
opinion.
I'm
Like,
chilling, bro.
okay.
I'm chilling, bro.
Okay, cool.
What
I'm fine.
What did you think of the thing where you with Ymir loving King Fritz? Do you have any like thoughts on that? Like, what was your feeling? at the moment?
No, I'd have no. I don't even remember that being revealed.
Dang, this dude blocked it out of his memory, bro. That's how.
I genuinely-
I don't know. I don't think that was a pretty
I-
fucking big plot point.
I'm not gonna lie. That was
I
a huge
don't,
plot
I
point,
don't
bro.
remember that. I
That
do
was
not
like
remember that at
the
all.
plot point of the entire finale.
Dude.
That's so.
I haven't even-
Really, dude? I do not
haven't
remember
read, like,
that at all.
bro, like that's so funny because I have not read that chapter, like the chapter. I haven't read the manga since.
Dude,
it
there's
ended.
no way that's that important.
No,
That's
it
like
was-
that's
it
the only
literally-
reason that the ending happened almost was because
It
of
literally
that.
changed. It changed what we thought was gonna happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
what the
Yeah,
what the you know what Ymir's like motives were and stuff. Like literally like it was a huge plot point. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting.
Because it ties into Mikasa killing Eren. So like, you know.
Yeah. It
Also,
literally.
did you, like
Why? Because it makes
you guys-
it harder.
No, because
It made it harder
because
for her
of
to kill
her
Eren?
because when she finally killed Eren, it made Ymir realize like what it truly means to like love someone, and then that's when she was finally like, okay, I'm willing to erase the Titans from existence.
No, Dylan. And then that's when she got hard.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Huh?
But also, did you guys?
Bro,
But
what?
also, we're like
Oh.
because did you guys ever see like that alternate like ending? Like we're like what's it called? When Mikasa like barfs in Aaron's mouth. Did you ever see that?
Oh, God.
Shut the fuck up.
I think I got the picture. Hold
Fuck
on.
off.
No.
Yeah, I'm gone now.
Oh my goodness. bro.
Anyway.
Sit here
shut up
to
for
have
the
a
whole
serious talk, and y'all bring up some stupid ass shit. It's so fucking annoying. God damn it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, that'll be the
Fuck.
last one. Like that'll be the last one for me. That at least I don't know
Why?
about Archie, but that'll be the last one for me.
I'll let you know when I get to it, but you know
I'm not gonna fucking look at it.
No, but what is it? In all seriousness, no. I think the whole love story thing was I don't think it really worked for me. I don't know what it was.
I don't remember it. I don't know what y'all are talking
That-
about. I'm gonna
that's-
be honest with you.
That's how much
So-
it didn't really work for some people. Bro. I don't know.
Like Eren and Mikasa, you know, Eren and Mikasa, like their love. That you got that right.
Yeah, duh.
Okay, well that's I guess
There
that's
you
enough.
go.
I guess that's
That's-
enough.
I get
That's
that.
enough. That's enough.
I did not get what I do not remember a fucking thing about what you're saying about Ymir, bro.
I want to go back to the fight between
At all.
between Eren and like the rest of the scouts. You know what I mean? Because that part to me was the highlight of the huge battle. Like I don't know if that's anyone else's highlight, but that's my highlight. That huge battle.
Oh wait. Also, I'm sorry to ask a random question, but this episode that they like Zeke dies or what?
Oh,
Zeke
yeah,
did
Zeke
die
did
in,
die.
like,
Yeah,
the
he
anime.
guys
did,
in the
yeah.
finale.
Yeah, the
Okay.
finale.
Okay, because that's like one thing that was super funny to me when I was reading.
That
it. I'm
was
like,
mad
oh my
funny.
That was-
That was
Yo,
because like
Wait, so he
No,
actually
Zeke-
died?
no, Zeke was literally like, "Hey, Levi, it's me," and then Levi's like, "What the fuck?" He just showed up. It's like, yo,
it's very because
Did that
it's
actually
funnier-
kill him? He was connected
Yes.
to Aaron. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a
he
like
died,
no
he
life or
died.
death.
no,
he
he
was
died.
cooked.
No, Dylan, he
Okay.
died. He died.
And then-
What added to
It's
that?
even funnier-
Damn.
And it's even funnier because him and Levi, like, dude, like, what's his name? Beast Titan. What's his name? Zeke. He's like practically died so many times
Yeah.
throughout the story, and then just comes back, and then have his actual death be just that.
That's
He's
hilarious.
so funny.
Dude, that
So
was
funny.
No, it was all serious for like a solid like 20 minutes at that point, and then straight up, it was like, yo, Levi. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking dead, yo.
I didn't want to. I woke up finally, but I didn't want to see you. Like, and then Levi's like,
Levi's like, yo, this fucking bitch.
bro, what actually being funny is they were really before this. They're like, yeah, Levi's out of commission. He can't fight anymore. And then seeing Zeke,
he was like, no, fuck this shit. I'm getting Zeke, bro. I'm getting Zeke. And I'm like,
dude, he had to get his lick back. He had to get his lick back, bro.
I wasn't even getting his lick back. He's fucked him up every time.
He killed his ass.
No, I know, like specifically.
I
Like,
guess with
no,
Erwin, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, no, but like, but that's what I mean, like, for Erwin, and like, also, like, the time when, like, he caught him off guard at that one point.
True,
I bet because I bet Levi was so petty about that. Levi's just in general a petty man. He's the pettiest short guy I know, besides behind Hiei. Like,
I don't know,
like,
man. I don't know, Archie. Archie got running for.
That is true.
That one.
His face. Anyways, so the huge fight scene was like my highlight.
Are you talking about the one that after he had entered his giant titan plus founder plus attack form or whatever? Or are you talking about the part that on the back with all the skeleton made?
No, I'm not gonna lie, both. But like literally like that whole scene was like
bro, that was fucking sick.
You know,
bro, that fight scene on the back and shit. That dude, when they brought the OG's theme back, I think, bro, that dude, that was
that was sick. Honestly, like, bro, yeah, the old freaking like the old soundtrack.
When they brought that back, bro, I was like,
yes, that's crazy, yo. And also like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know the Card Titan could like attack like I didn't know she could just be like a pseudo like jaw titan
and just keep fucking and
just
keep fucking like respawning though. That was kind of dumb, bro. That was cool. Wild.
Because like, what is it? The only
my endurance lets me make as many as I want.
I know how she got her endurance. Anyways, what is it? Whenever they would show the Card Titan attacking and stuff, it would always be like with other people and like the guns and shit.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I really saw like the Card Titan really like attack as just like a normal Titan.
A Titan.
Yeah, like she's basically like a little worse version of a Jaw Titan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like without the artillery type shit, and she had mad mouth.
Yep.
Yeah. So what is it? Anyways, that was a crazy fight.
She had some decent agility though too.
Yeah, and she was very useful. For sure.
I feel like her stats for that was she was definitely relying on agility and like just her ability to keep making bodies.
Yeah, and honestly, I do have a gripe of like I wish they made Reiner look stronger. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a pussy.
Every time, no, but in terms of like the Armored Titan, right? Specifically, the Armored Titan looked like a little, like Loki looked like a bitch.
Did Reiner die?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Somehow, some way, he didn't die.
Dude,
yeah, because the Armored Titan can withstand the explosion.
But I actually have to ask, bro, because in the manga, that was also one of the most slanderous things Isayama's ever done with his conclusion. Dude, like, did you see that he was sniffing Historia's like
bro, yeah.
Yes, yo, what
like,
the
dude, I swear, Isayama sometimes is slanderous as hell.
I swear he hates him. I swear he
dude.
Hates him. But also like the Armored Titan looked weak as fuck. And like I'm not gonna lie, because like
but it
kept yeah, no, well let me explain my perspective. It's because literally his armor was getting crushed. Every time he was in there, his armor was getting crushed. I'm like, the whole point of the Armored Titan is that you have armor, bro. And that shit did not do shit in the end. Like literally, like at this point, Reiner, you're just a huge body at this point. More of a body than freaking Peak. And that's a body.
That's true.
The thing is, man, it's like that's consistent with the rest of the series, though. I feel like because Reiner's kind of always just been underwhelming as fuck, like every single fight.
I think at the beginning it wasn't, but then as time went on, it just got worse and worse as like a fighter.
I feel by the point it was revealed that he was like really mentally ill at a certain point was probably when like they just started showing like, oh yeah, this guy just sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Like
there's no reason Eren should have been able to hang with him. Like Reiner should have been cooking Eren. Like when you really think about it. He should have been cooking him.
One plot armor thing that they did that I didn't care about, I thought it was still cool, was the fact that Falco could fly.
Dude,
that was sick.
Dude, oh my
like,
god,
that
bro.
was sick.
I
It made sense, though.
I low-key,
It
I was
yeah.
like, where did that come from though? Because what Titan is that? What Titan is
The
that?
jaw.
The flying Titan?
It's the jaw Titan. But
Like,
it's
what the
weird how
what the fuck? How does
no, exactly.
what other jaw Titans have that ability?
That's what I'm saying.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean,
why
where
did
did
the
it
jaw
come
Titan
from?
know how
I
to
mean,
fly?
Why
And
can
I'm
he
like-
do that?
I mean,
Because
okay,
he saw
right.
birds when he was a kid when he was dreaming? That's
No,
dumb.
for real.
No,
Yo,
and also,
that's what I
even-
was thinking.
that's
too.
dumb.
Even deeper, even
No,
even
that's
more
dumb.
basic, even more basic. What's his name?
Falco.
Okay,
Literally,
I mean,
literally a flying.
Yeah.
That's his name though.
Falco,
I think there's
What's
a
the
couple of things
actual
with that.
reason
Though.
that he can do
No,
that
exactly.
though? Like,
There
there's
is no
no
reason.
actual
There's
reason.
But let me
actually-
cook.
hey,
Though. Let me
show-
cook. Right. Let me
there's-
cook.
Hey, show
Okay,
Falco on
sure,
the screen
sure. Okay, go ahead, River. Go try.
Smash Falco.
Try.
All right, look, right. So when you think of the jaw Titan we've seen, we know Titans are capable of like evolving because we've seen all the Titans on his back. There's like evolutions of each Titan, and like the jaw Titan like had like the capability of like jumping like very far and very high on distances. So that's one thing. You can see
fucking wings.
All right, look, right. You can see, from the comparability of the face and stuff. And then I think the biggest tie back is because Isayama foreshadowed this from a minute before because you bring up the point of Falco being like, oh, he sees birds. No, that wasn't what happened. What happened was he was dreaming. He was like, oh, fly away from the battlefield. He was like talking about himself, like, oh, I need to fly away. Like he was talking about himself flying because it was foreshadowing him flying in the future when he did end up flying. I feel like as well the first time when he evolved into Titan.
Why can he do that?
Like, well, I always thought that the Titans actually sometimes get specialized abilities according to their user. At least that's what I thought, but I could be wrong.
I think
because my thing is that like I do not get what you're saying when you're saying the comparability between the face of the base jaw Titan and the next evolution. Those faces did not look alike. They
had the like jaw thing.
About, River.
They had the bone structure.
That motherfucker had a beek. No, that is not the
same.
same.
It was still bony.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Dylan, we're on the same wavelength of like, yo, this is total bullshit.
Bro, it was.
I don't know, bro.
I was like, oh my god, bro, fucking, I'm gonna risk, bro.
Yo, but I love honestly, I was cool with it. I love the bullshit. I was like,
you know what?
Fuck
no,
it.
I was mad. You wanna know why I was mad? You wanna know why I was mad? No, shut up, River. That was not it.
That looked like a duck ass face.
That's the beginning of his face.
That is not it.
And then like as it goes on, this is the manga, but you can tell it's bony though, and that's still a bone.
Dude, that is a duck ass face.
Yeah, but no, my reason why I didn't like it is because it let Gabby come in clutch again.
Oh yeah,
now she did clutch up, bro. Oh my goodness,
damn it! I was like, and here's the thing. That happened, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of like we're coming around back to Gabby, and like I'm like, okay, maybe she's not terrible, but
and then that happens.
No, hold on. No. She makes that shot, and that's what's going on. I'm like, okay, like she came in clutch. That's okay, again, so she's gaining a little more respect. And then I was praying, bro, when she got turned into a Titan with the rest of them. I was praying. I was like, please let that be the end of her. Please let her die there. Please let her. But then they were like, nah, she's gonna come back. We're turning all back. And I was like,
you know what?
That plot was crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
I respect the hate on that.
God, did women do anything with Dylan, bro?
Right there. They could have let her end right there.
Women do anything around Dylan, bro.
Dude, they could have let her end right there, bro. And they were just like, nah, we're gonna turn her back again. And I was like, okay, you're a bitch for that. Because who else did it? Like, were there other pure Titans that returned back to humans?
Yeah, they all
earlier in the
series.
No. Earlier in the series, was that able to happen?
No, because this is when Ymir. Because this is when
of course, it's when Gabby becomes a fucking Titan that they reverse it. That's so dumb.
No, literally,
that's so dumb. That's so dumb. That is so dumb. I'm so pissed for that shit.
To be fair for Dylan, Peak did something for her. So at least one woman did something for him. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true.
For what?
True. No.
Well, part of the reason he hates Gabby is because of Sasha. So I mean that.
Dude, I swear, like, oh no, that's actually one thing that I was hoping for the manga to do. Kill Connie, bro.
Honestly,
I hate that fool. I hate that fool.
Honestly, they could have killed Connie, and I would have not felt a thing. I would have been like,
I would have been bummed, bro. When I saw John and Connie were gonna die, bro, I was like, Damn, bro, those are some
that did
OGs,
hit,
bro.
low-key.
Those are some fucking. Those are from the OG squad. That's season 1 characters, bro. Seeing them stand there and be like, man, we're like, this is it. And I was just like, and they had to get left behind by their friends because their gear wasn't fucking working, bro. That fucking hurt, bro. I was like, damn.
I have another gripe actually. I just remembered another gripe I had. So the whole point, I hope everyone remembers this. The whole point of Eren doing all this is so that his friends can live a long life.
Yeah, because the curse is no longer there for the Titans.
But then why did he kill off Sasha in his plan?
Well, that's not him doing that. He had no that had to happen for everything else to happen.
That was just part of the order of events that had to happen.
I don't know, bro.
Because if that doesn't happen, then a lot of things will happen. That set a lot of things in motion.
Dude, the fact that he was planning the entire time to die so that they could all be seen as the heroes, like the fact that his plan was like, I guess never truly to exterminate everything. It was to exterminate, and even though he did say he was like, I did it. Didn't he say he exterminated everything once or something like that? I don't know, but he did say that.
You just tried a bunch.
Like he exterminated as much as possible so that whenever it was all done, after he was killed, they would be seen as heroes for killing him, and then they would be able to live peacefully. Dude, him having that much foresight, but then again, like he is above time, but still, that is like him for that being his end goal and not true genocide. That was pretty cool.
Well, it's very akin to, like, again, a lot of people were saying, even Archie said this on Twitter, like, it's a Diet Code Geass ending. It's very much similar, like, that's very much similar to Code Geass. Okay, well, let's just say, spoilers for Code Geass, guys.
Spoil Dylan, though, so chill.
I don't care.
I didn't know you. Oh, okay.
Dylan doesn't care.
I'm pretty sure I spoiled it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before.
I don't know, but
doesn't he die? Doesn't Lelouch die and he gets shot by his one friend?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it's a very, very much more complicated than like any of that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I nailed it. Though.
Okay, so this is just it's the worst version of Code. It's the worst version of Code Geass's ending. That's what I've said. Like Attack on Titan basically.
You feel me? You see the tweet, man. My goat could never. My goat could never.
They should have kissed.
You feel me?
They should have.
No, they should not have, bro.
They should.
Bro, I will say, River. Not River. Eren was a bitch for a second when he was like, I wanted her to pine over me for 10 years.
I was trying to find a picture like that, but I couldn't.
You're a bitch for that, River.
Lelouch would never, bro. He would never.
But to be fair,
that was his true self, though. Like
that is true. You got to see the last little shred of humanity that was left in him. That was not like that was actually that was a vulnerable moment that showed he was still like human after all of this shit going on.
He was a bitch.
For that. Yeah, he was a bitch for that in that moment. Still, a little bit. For a little bit, he was a bitch, kind of. But I can understand he was being a vulnerable bitch. But that's okay. But what I was saying, bitch regardless. Though he was being vulnerable, but he was a bitch regardless. But what I will say is, I am kind of glad. Like I'm glad my boy can rest in peace. I'm glad that he's like he did his thing. He's done now. Like I'm glad he can rest in peace. Personally,
I still think one of my favorite memes ever about the Attack on
Titan. Eren did good. That's what I'm saying.
One of my favorite.
That's what I'm saying. Eren did good. Good.
One of my favorite memes about the Attack on Titan ending. Do you remember like the Patrick Bateman scene where like when he's having like he's doing that girl and he does like that, you know? And like I remember that scene, like they did that with John and seeing like a bird outside the window with him and Mikasa. Like that
is insane.
Bro, you know what someone said on Twitter? I seen this, bro. Someone said on Twitter because they zoomed in on the picture of like Mikasa having some dude like by her side and shit, and they like were assuming that's John. Yeah, right. Yeah. So basically, someone said that John and Mikasa are Will and Jada Smith, and then Eren is Tupac.
I said that earlier. You said that earlier. No, you said it. I said that earlier.
Yeah, I think my favorite, also one that's really insane is like when like John and Mikasa are doing it over his grave.
Yeah.
What?
And then there's another meme where it was like Mikasa, let's kill Eren.
That's a meme.
Like,
that's a meme, right?
That's a meme. No, that's a meme.
Bro, I thought you were saying there was some. Oh my god, bro.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The Attack on Titan memes are A1. A1 Attack on Titan memes, bro. The
Bro,
one.
when was it? I don't understand how John and Mikasa, bro. There was.
I don't really think
I don't.
they might not
I
even been
don't
together,
think
bro.
that.
He might have just been
I don't
taking
see
care
that,
of her,
bro.
bro.
I don't think
Like,
it's them, but it's like it's like the meme that they're
I don't see
together.
that.
It's the
I don't
meme.
see
I
that.
remember. I remember like at least when Isayama came into America like a couple months ago, or like for a con. I think he specifically stated that like that is Jean. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah,
think
but
he
I
did
don't think
confirm
they're.
that.
I don't think they were getting together or
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, true.
I mean,
There was like weren't there kids with them?
I mean,
No, there wasn't. At least not in that
I
specific.
swore-
How do you know that's their kids, bro?
honestly don't know. All I'm saying is the memes are
Even if it was
A1,
kids.
you know. Freaking the one of the guy keeping count of how many times freaking Peak opened her
Shut up,
mouth.
shut up,
That
shut
was
up, shut up,
fucking
bro.
crazy. That was crazy. The scene of like, you know, they were like measuring the curvature of fucking the card titan and being like, yeah, I'd hit that from behind. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Dude,
That
you
was
have like the
wild.
craziest
What is wrong with your
shit
shit,
on your
Archie?
timeline.
My timeline is fucked. My timeline is fucked, yo.
don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
so yeah, I couldn't find that Ishiyama confirmed or anything, but I did see the picture of Mikasa kissing Eren's head again. Did y'all think that was weird? Because Loki, that shit was weird.
Okay, that was
Kind of,
weird. That was
kind of. Here's what I would
weird.
say. That was definitely kind of weird, but I can see that like she got closure from that. But yes, but I agree. It was still kind of weird because he just chopped his
what's
head
that?
off. But also,
Necrophilia?
he
Ain't that what it's
but
called?
also he
No,
didn't
little bit.
have a legitimate body at that point. He was
Well, I
like
mean,
a spindly thing in there. It was
Yeah.
just his head anyway.
Yeah,
It would have been kind of weird in that state, but
it was
I
gonna be
understand why
weird
she did
regardless.
it.
It was gonna be
Yes.
weird
I mean,
regardless.
yes,
so-
like I think thematically it's pretty sweet, but just everything else is just weird.
it was
you know?
weird. Have you guys seen this? So there are a lot of people that dislike this ending like crazy. I want to get your guys'
Like
thoughts
anime
on
only,
this.
like or
It involves the anime.
okay.
You know, basically, there are people that are upset with the ending. You know,
Yeah.
anime, manga, regardless. I think Mori may have heard of this. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. I don't agree with it, but I could see where people are coming from. Where the message of Isayama is very like
Nationalist or what?
yeah, kind of like nationalist slash Zionist, whatever you want to call it. Of like,
Well-
people are interpreting the ending of Attack on Titan, specifically when the Eldians finally got rid of the Titan powers, right? You know, where like Ymir like took away the Titan powers of the Eldians, and you guys remember this scene of like the Marleyans went up to them because they're scared for their life. They got their guns out in front of them. They're like, "How do we know you can't turn into a Titan or whatever?" And Armin, you know, finally was like, "Hey, we can't turn into Titans anymore.
We would have done it
killed
right now."
Eren," stuff like that. Okay, so people are interpreting that as like, so in order for you guys to stop being racist towards us, we gotta change what makes us us. And that's a
Like-
fucked up message.
Well, then
And-
also
but that-
another like even another point to that is like who has the power dynamic, you know?
Yeah,
Like
right.
like I personally think that's like I think you're reading I mean again, nationalism
Interesting way to
aside
look
with
at
like actual Isayama's like beliefs or not, I think that's just reading in too much personally. Like I've definitely heard that from many people that they think it's a very nationalist story and things like that. And inherent, I mean, it kind of is. Like, I don't think it's like the one of the ones that like we're like it's trying to push an agenda, though. You know?
Yeah, and,
You know what?
and in my opinion, I think it's a little bit of a stretch, but I could see why people would have a distaste for it. You know what I mean? Like I personally don't feel that way, and I don't think that's intended like the way it's written. But if you feel that way and you see it that way,
Yeah, I didn't see it that way.
I could, you know, I could see it, but I personally don't feel that way. You know what I mean? Like
What did
you're
you
allowed
say,
to
River?
feel what you want to feel.
Oh,
Why
what
is
am I gonna
Why is he
say?
zooming in? Why is he zooming in? I'm
What
scared.
am I gonna
Here's-
say?
Like, are you talking? Hold on. I'm confused because
Tyler.
are you saying the Titan powers that they gave up are what they had to change to?
Be
Like,
accepted.
yeah.
into
Okay,
society.
so here's
That's
what I will
people are
say.
saying.
Here's what I will say. I don't think so because that was never naturally occurring in there. Like that was something that was introduced outside. Like the reason it was associated with Eldians is because an Eldian was the one that interacted with this species, the species thing.
Yeah,
it was not like a inherent trait. It was just because an Eldian interacted with it.
Yeah,
I don't see it. It was never part of them to begin with. They were not Eldian because they had that. They were Eldian before they interacted with that. And so that being gone now, they're back to what they were like at the beginning of all this.
Oh shoot, Maury's frozen.
No, frozen like shit.
I was gonna say, think about it like this.
Okay. Am I back?
Yeah,
you're back. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but to play devil's advocate, I think what they more view is that because, like, you know how I always forget the names, but like the other people who are against the Eldians, they now like they demonize those people, you know, just because they have quote unquote power,
right?
You know, like a difference, and so again, that's why they've demonized them throughout the whole the whole thing. It's very akin to, like, you know, which countries had more power. That's that they're demonized more to their culture. And remember, it's vice versa, where that culture doesn't really like the other one. So it just, I understand I understand it. But anyways, River, what do you want to say? Because
I get where you're coming from, right? But let me go ahead and cook, right? Y'all want to sit here and say, right? You want Isayama to write a manga that just has a pretty message. Let's all go dance in the flowers. Let's all be so happy. I'm not talking to y'all, but
that would have really made it feel like Ava.
Yeah, that would have really made it feel like AOT if he would have done that. Yeah,
Ava.
Y'all want to write. Y'all want Isayama to write a manga basically for pussies, just to be like, oh yeah, like everything's great, and just not focus on real issues and not have a real conversation. This is how real people act in the real world. You're not supposed to think, oh well, this is passing on a message. He's looking at this is how people act. If you think it looks like it's good, that might be saying more about you than what he actually wrote, because he's writing it to show that it is bad. He's writing it to show this isn't how people should be to each other. Like, he's not saying in that moment where they're about to gun them down if they have Titans that, oh, it's a nationalist thing. Like, he's not trying to portray it as like a thing that people need to change to be accepted. He's like, oh, this is some dumb shit. It's supposed to look stupid. Like, oh, they're still like this even in this moment. This is how they're still acting. Well, they almost just killed the other aliens just for being aliens, even when they were trying to just help them or get their injured healed. This is supposed to look stupid. Y'all are supposed to see this message as overarching, as like this is how people act in the real world, and it's supposed to be different. He's telling a real life story, not always go dance in the fucking flowers and just be yay. No, he's telling some real shit, and y'all don't understand. So yeah, that's my message to y'all. Fuck you guys. Yeah,
but like,
type shit.
To be counter, I mean, to like add to that, I think that is a message upon itself.
Right.
You know, it's just not the message that people always can skew about, like, man, I wish Eren just survived and got the chick, you know, like things like that, you know, like
I had that fleeting thought. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I had that fleeting thought because deep down in my heart, I was just like, the SAO part of me came out, and it was like I remembered the log cabin and SAO with fucking Kirito and Asuna, and I'm like, man, I want that for Eren and Mikasa. And then I was like, you know what? That's not fitting enough. Eren needs to die, bro. Like, he's gotta die. No. Come on, he's gotta die.
Fair, Eren has a big like Wong Lee like parallels and all that stuff, you know.
What?
I see it.
No, you remember Wong Ling or whatever, like from like what was that
from
anime?
Daily Life? Yeah. How?
I just said that because we haven't brought that joke back in a while, bro.
Dude,
like, we haven't talked about that in hella long.
Man. I saw the clip of it pop up on TikTok the other day. From an episode I couldn't watch.
All right. Hey, Astro, zoom in on me, solo on me really quick, all right? I want to say this, okay? As the guy that I'm about to say this, all right? You know what? This ending kind of proves, you know, I'm accepted. Attack on Titan is a mecha. All right.
God damn.
You don't have to accept it. You already knew that.
It's the most mecha ass ending I've ever seen. I'm like, yo, I've seen this like 2 other times. You know, Ava, Code Geass put together. You know, Attack on Titan, you're a mecha. Mecha gang, bro. Gang. Know what I'm saying?
Mecha gang.
Bro.
But Eren can't be a mecha protagonist. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, no, I take. You know what? Hey, River. I take it back. I should have let that happen. I should have let it happen.
Fucking damn, man.
I take it back.
I probably would have won if I had Eren too. Man.
I was wrong. hey, River, you got this on camera. I was wrong. It should have.
Okay.
Happened.
Oh, okay. Astro, clip that 3 times. Do like Astro, replay that clip like how like Indian telenovelas like do like the head churn, all that stuff. You know, like how the Indian like movies do those like edits. You know, like you need to do that type of edit multiple times. His head churning, saying, "I was wrong." You need to do that, Astro.
I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Like
Eren is a mecha pilot. He is. I admit it now. He's a mecha pilot. I was wrong.
Man.
Type shit.
I'm just glad he got that 80%, bro.
Hey, okay.
80%.
So I think one thing we could touch on, you know, is also like what is, I guess, your biggest gripe? Because there's one I was gonna mention earlier that I guess I want to do in a mention.
My biggest fucking gripe is that bitch ass bird, bro.
Which bird, Falco?
That was
That's
bullshit,
so
bro.
dumb.
What about the bird at the end, though?
The fact that they implied also that they risked the fucking ship. Like they had to fucking, and they didn't even know if it was gonna fucking
They didn't
work.
know it was gonna
They
work.
didn't know, but
They had to save humanity.
Oh, guess what? Guess what? It worked. He could be a bird.
That was
Dude,
the
oh my
craziest-
Okay, but guys,
God,
I gotta say,
bro.
you miss all the shots that you don't take.
Type
That's
shit.
so.
They don't
that's so
understand.
dumb.
Real eyes,
That's
real
so dumb, bro.
lies.
That's so
Yo,
dumb, bro.
Dylan, I'm
That's
on your
so
side.
dumb,
That
bro.
was bullshit, but I like the bullshit. You know what? I'm cool with the plot armor. I'm cool with it.
Dude,
I
was about to say, I was like, please let that be what was the anime.
Remember you
only.
killed me
Like,
with
I
this?
hope
Like,
that was different
you
in the
killed me.
manga. I hope there wasn't a fucking bird in the manga. But I guess there was a fucking bird in the manga too. That's so dumb.
It blew me. It was gonna work, and it just worked. I was like,
Oh
yo,
my
what the-
God.
what? This
Of
is
course,
crazy.
they was like, oh, they only got one shot. Oh, fuck off.
Oh,
God
and
damn
it worked. Oh my god.
Oh my
What
God.
what about the bird that was supposed to be Eren? What about that?
I didn't care about.
I was like,
I
oh,
get
cool.
symbolism.
I was like,
symbolism, cool.
he's telling her to move on. Cool. So
I
what?
guess we. Yo,
Not
I
that
guess
big.
I guess we love birds all of a sudden.
Yeah, I guess birds are a
Type
thing.
shit.
cool.
I
get bird gang. No, bird gang.
Bird
No,
gang.
saying-
That- I remember-
It means Aaron's not in hell, bro.
If you remember
Aaron's a
at
bird now.
DreamCon, someone was like, "Gonna talk about the ending," and they were like, "Oh, all you need to know is bird." I remember they said that.
Bird.
They were like,
Who
"Oh."
said that?
Like one of the dudes, they were like talking shit on AOT, like, "Oh, AOT is not that good." He was like, "Oh, I can't talk shit on the ending. All I gotta say is all you gotta know is about the bird," and that's what he said. I remember.
But which bird?
I don't know. That's what I
Fucking
wonder.
stupid
There's
ass
like
one that
three
can
birds.
One of the birds.
fucking fighting.
Maybe it's all the
Giant-ass
birds.
bird.
What
That's-
birds?
What's the best bird in AOT?
Dude, wait for the end of the
The
year.
ones
End of
that
the year,
aren't
you
in
probably
AOT.
need to make like for the end of the year, like the Flow podcast. You need to
Yeah.
add like a bird like award, a bird award.
Bird
You know, like,
award.
Best bird in
crazy.
anime. Best bird in anime.
Best bird.
Best
in anime.
bird.
Who's the best bird on the flow?
best bird tier list. You know, best bird tier list.
I'm not fucking doing it.
I'm looking big though. You see that? Yeah. Type shit.
Bird gang.
Anyways,
Anyways,
The-
besides that, what's your biggest gripe, River?
Yeah, I was gonna say-
I wanna know.
the one I was probably gonna mention that I kind of feel like would probably be my thing. I was gonna say earlier. I feel like this would be my biggest gripe because I can't think of nothing like too specific outside of this. Is like during the fight on the bones, it felt like we were just rinsing and repeating the same thing over and over again. Like, oh, they're gonna die. Oh, they don't die. Oh, they're gonna die. Oh, they don't die. Oh, they're gonna die. Oh, they're gonna lose. Oh,
Dude,
they don't
because I
lose.
thought,
And
dude,
just over and over and over and over and over and over.
didn't Levi almost die like twice? Like he like died,
He
and then
almost died.
I could have sworn he got his leg bit off, but apparently, but then it was there at the end.
I don't think
like
it
he had both. He had both legs.
That was
He
in
had
that was
both
in like a
legs
vision.
afterwards.
I think that
No,
was like
he
in
had
his
both
vision.
legs afterwards.
No, he did. No, he had
he
both
did.
legs. He did.
He did.
No, but then
Remember?
you see him at the very end, like he's in a wheelchair and he only has one leg.
he had it though. He had both legs.
His spine is he's paralyzed.
Yes, he had both legs though.
He has both
That
legs.
makes no
He's
sense.
just paralyzed.
Dude, it was dumb. I'm telling you, bro.
No, it was actually dumb.
He had a really bloody
There's
like
gotta
from
be.
the knee down. I'm dead serious, bro.
Bro, look it up,
From
look
the
it
knee
up.
down, he was bleeding a lot because that's where he got bit. But apparently, it didn't bite the fucking leg off, even though I could have sworn it did.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
look.
so
Can you look
weird.
that up?
Like,
'Cause I could
dude,
have sworn.
it was-
I just gotta say.
Here we go.
I just
There's
gotta
actually
say,
an article on this.
my only argument: Levi got that dog in him.
Bro,
He
it's so
does.
dumb.
He does have that dog in there.
I've seen
Dog.
the argument confused on how Levi was able to cross his leg while being in a wheelchair, and what they didn't realize is
Yes,
it was his left
I've
leg that
seen.
his left leg was bitten off in chapter 135, so he may not have been able to use his left leg anymore.
But
he crossed
it's
his leg.
there.
So in the manga, Mori, his leg was off, right?
Dude,
Because
again,
this is what
2
it shows
years ago,
here.
like,
It shows he doesn't
I
even
do
have
remember.
like,
I
either
do
of his
remember
legs.
it was getting bitten off. It actually did just get bit off. Yeah.
I don't know. That was weird to me.
Like,
So I guess in the anime, what I thought happened was that like that was his like hallucination of like seeing all the other people in front of
Nah,
him,
bro,
and then
let
like
me
his leg
look.
was just
Let
back
me look.
inside of it in the hallucination.
Let me look. Because when they're all...
That's so weird though that they would have actually like had it off in the manga, but then not the anime. That doesn't make sense. I guess maybe Mappa just sold. That's the only thing I could think of if that's actually like was a hallucination. Because that would just be so like unnecessary.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. That was hella weird too.
In the manga, they were so this is what they saw in the this was a pic from the manga. I guess that's I guess that's what they were talking about.
Yeah, because he was in a wheel. Like okay, he was definitely in a wheelchair, and I think I also would think in the panel where like at the end when he sees like the other survey, like the original Survey Corps members, his leg was gone. Yeah,
that's so weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I'm looking right now. Give me a second. I'm scrolling through the anime right now.
Okay, but go to the scene where at the very end where he's in the wheelchair. Can you go to that?
Yeah.
I don't know if
the
they
one that
showed
bothered me.
that.
That's the one that bothered me. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know if they showed his legs in the shot because in the anime, I don't think they had that panel. That panel wasn't included.
maybe they did it on purpose, type shit. Because
Like,
I thought
didn't
it
show
looked
his
like
legs?
it looked like he had both legs. I swore he did. Like
at least I'm pretty confident that he, at least in the manga, from my knowledge, he was missing a leg from the end of the series. Well, but then again, in general, Levi just
There was a different point where he was sitting down, not in the wheelchair, or like on the ground or something like that.
Like when he was
I know
he
what
got
you're
his
talking
leg,
about. Where you saw the scouts.
he got his
right?
leg bit. That was after he had gotten the leg bit, and it looked like he still had his leg.
So we don't believe that could have been hallucination because that was what I thought.
If it's not, he was hallucinating his friends, bro. Not the
but he was also hallucinating himself in this instance. Is what I thought in my mind, like that whole thing was a hallucination.
Because his face and everything is still fucked up and shit.
That doesn't mean that you can't hallucinate.
I'm gonna pull up the manga really quick.
Why was that one thing?
I think we're talking about the anime scene though. I think in the manga it's already pretty clear.
Where the fuck?
But in the manga, he has the thing where he crosses his legs, and that's what they were talking about. So that's also weird. I don't know.
That's weird. I don't know.
I'm looking right now. Hold on. He's got both
legs.
legs and one leg is bloody because it got bit.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just looking at
so
the
it
final
didn't
chapter
get
really
bit
quick
off.
because I have a.
So in the anime he still has both legs.
Yes, he has both legs. He's sitting down and he very clearly has both legs.
Archie, what was your biggest gripe then on it?
Well, I already kind of went through my biggest gripe earlier in the pod. You could like reverse back to it, but I think one of my gripes about Attack on Titan is
or the finale specifically.
The finale is that what is it? Let me think of which one I want to say. Honestly, the one that really kind of bothered me was the fact that like Levi kind of had a similar ending to Simone in Gurren Lagann, where literally he was like at the top of the world and everything. He was the last surviving member of his crew and like literally he was the last surviving one. But his reward for surviving was damn. I'm wheelchair bound, giving fucking having to be like rolled around, like giving out stuff.
And by Gabby, bro, of all people,
by Gabby, he was rolled around by Gabby, literally like giving like shit to the poor. And I'm like, bro, you should be like living with kings and queens and shit. All the shit you dealt with.
Yeah,
you kind of like got fucked in the end, bro.
This is what reminded me. I feel like it was a callback. So y'all remember the scene with the clown and the sucker from like earlier in the season? Like this scene?
That was when they were.
That's got to be a callback, surely.
That's a callback
or foreshadowing. Yeah. For sure.
It definitely but honestly, I wish they kind of. I don't know. I felt so bad for Levi at the end. I was like, damn, you really survived all that shit just to like, kind of like not really, get what you deserve at the end.
But
Like,
I think that feels better to him. I don't think he wants that because like he didn't even really want to live.
I guess I just felt bad for him.
Well, I mean, again, like I felt
bad for him.
At least with my prediction with AOT, I thought the Survey Corps would be dead from the beginning. I thought all of them were gonna die. Well, at least rather, I thought Levi was gonna die, but one of them would like survive, like maybe Hanj or however you pronounce it. But, like, it makes sense that Levi was, but just how many times honestly, I felt that like Isayama also hated Levi. Like it's kind of like dude, it's like the same way how like fucking what's his name, Gege hates Gojo. Like, that shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
I still think that's like one of my favorite hatings ever. That man like talks like after I think I remember when like, especially because now the anime has released it, but like with when Gojo was sealed, like after that chapter, he wrote on the like author notes like 2018 is gonna be a good year now. Like supreme hating, bro. Supreme hating. I gotta respect it, man. Bro. Like
that's hilarious. What's your biggest gripe with like the ending and shit?
My biggest gripe? Like, I think I already said most of the ones that I have the gripes of, but I do think, I mean, of course, the anime definitely, how you're explaining it definitely fixed my biggest gripe, which was like, I still think the message is decently interesting, like, like, thank you for killing them out, like, all of them for my sake, but I think it's more so the presentation that was really just bad in that part.
I saw so many people say like it was presented in such a way that left a bad taste in their mouth.
Well, it's at least because like how MECHA was even trying to tell me earlier that like he's like, oh yeah, but Armin's lying. I'm like, well, if he's lying, then what's the point of putting it into me? Like if you say to the point, like, I understand that Armin, like, that's his whole thing, that he lies about things because he doesn't truly understand Eren, but what is the point of saying that line and then a second later saying, no, you're just genuinely wrong? Like, it feels weird. The whole presentation was just completely off, even though the message is I think the message is good for the context of AOT's story. I just think about saying, like, in the corniest way possible, like, thank you for killing all those people for us. Like, you're my homie, man. I'll suck your dick. I thought that was corny as shit.
Should have been gay.
What bit Levi's leg? Was it one of the pure titans that were made by the fog?
Yeah, I thought he got
one of the.
I thought he got hit. I thought he got hit by a Warhammer Titan with an arrow or something.
He saved. It was when he was saving, I think, Jean or somebody.
I can't find it.
Or Connie. Like he saved them. John, like he got the Titan and like, but it bit him at the same time as he was like saving whoever it was he saved.
Yo, are we gonna ignore the fact that this guy said Jean?
John, what the fuck is this shit called?
John, he's called John, bro. It's John. It's French. It's French. It's French. John. John. All right, this.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure just like Isayama really just likes genes in the story. He called another guy named Levi. Come on, like,
bro,
I don't
know.
Levi jeans, bro. I love Isayama. You know what?
Birds and jeans. What do those things have in common? What is he trying to tell us, bro? We have to come to this.
Shop at American Eagle.
Shop at American Eagle.
Okay. That's what it says.
The message of AOT. We cracked the code.
You know what? Isayama a goat for that.
Oh my gosh, bro! The way that he was able to put that in the story without anyone realizing it, until you really like the subliminal context that Isayama put into the story. Like, oh my gosh, bro! I think now I'm just gonna become, like Mega Turtles and just be an AOT dick sucker for the rest of my life at that point. I don't know.
You know who else should have sucked each other's dick?
No.
Shut up. I
was Armin and Eren. I was wrong.
And guys, with that, we're ending the podcast.
I guess that's how we're gonna end things off, right? Is that how we're gonna end things off?
I think one thing I thought we did need to talk about that we even touched on at the beginning is like how do we view AOT as a collective now after the ending, now that it's concluded? Where do we think it stacks up? Like, how do we see it? I know, like, Mori from not seeing the anime episode as of yet. I know you still had the experience of the manga, but like you said, it kind of grew on you over time a little bit. So I think it still has similar effect.
I will say I'll go first really quick and let you guys cook. So basically, I mean, my whole thoughts of it was kind of like, I think the first 2 seasons are like solid. They're just solid. Like, I think they're good. And then like once around season 3 till War for Paradise, which is like specifically what I think War for Paradise, because
Okay,
War for
I
Paradise
found it.
is like a War for Paradise is like the whole last arc. But personally, I kind of differentiate War for Paradise with the Rumbling. Because like I feel like that has a clear like cut. Even though it is still the same arc, I think specifically when the Rumbling starts is where I started kind of falling out of love with it again. And I do think the whole series is just really like, again, I don't think like when people call it bad, I can't agree with them. But also vice versa, I can't agree with them when it's saying like it's the pinnacle of fiction, you know? But that's just my opinion. Of course, everybody has different opinions. But of course, mine's just the most objective one. So
right. I see that.
But no, but like so anyway, like I think it's a good like I mean, I do like I know you guys told me and I'll say this right now because now I have to stand up.
This guy's
Demon Slayer.
Okay. Hey, hold on. Let me clarify something. I just saw. So in the frame, on the specific frame that I'm looking at, it's at 13 minutes and 41 seconds in that special. So he prior to that, right before that, he saves this is like early. He saves Connie. Okay. And then the thing bites his leg. It bites his left leg. And then at that 13 minutes and 41 second mark, Mikasa slings by and slices the thing neck, and then it opens up its mouth before it actually bites his leg off. Like, apparently,
okay,
dude, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so fast. It's so fast. You don't see it. It looks like it's just another spurt of blood coming around from the area, but Mikasa really quickly like zooms through. Like if you freeze frame it, you can see her body. She's on there for like a singular frame, and then
Astro, can you show like screenshots of it?
Just like
it's hard to see, but basically she slices the neck, it releases him, and it doesn't fully bite his leg off somehow. That's so dumb.
Just still images.
If you can, that might be hard.
But anyways, I need to stand up one more time. Demon Slayer over AOT, guys.
I have peace of mind now. I can be mad in my opinion because I watched that.
Okay, but do you actually think that? Like, actually?
We don't know, guys. You don't know.
You'll never know. I love this guy.
Maybe when you guys get to like 100,000 followers, you know, like I maybe will reveal it like in spurts.
Yo, Mori, I'll do you one better. Oh School Days ending over Attack on Titan ending.
Oh, bet that is true.
I have two big gripes before we fully close out.
I'm not closing out. Let me finish what I was saying. Like, overall, I think again. From season 3, I even think part 1. I honestly will say part 1 because like I know that's a little bit more of like people don't like part 1 of season 3 that much. Well, like, they think it's not as great, but everything from season 3 till the Rumbling is one of the best stretches of anime, honestly fiction that I've seen in general. It's just back to back superb writing and then just more so personal preference that holds it back. But like the ending doesn't change really my thoughts on it because I already thought the Rumbling itself was just getting weaker and weaker as it goes. That the ending just kind of like solidifies it as like, okay, this is like a 7 and like an 8. Like I think it's probably more an 8, my opinion. That's just my opinion. But of course, because like, I think it's good enough that I could say that it's like better than a 7 because like 7 is like where I usually say like, hey, I recommend this to you as like a starter or like it's really fun, but you don't get something super profound out of it. 8's basically the best I could give to you without really like personal attachment, you know?
Okay.
Like, so it's just like that for me. But also, if I hear you gas Attack on Titan, it goes down by like a slight margin.
Yeah,
a slight margin, bro.
I understand that.
Wow, two big gripes from the special though. My two big gripes from the special, right?
From the finale.
So my two, first of all, I did say one, and that is the fucking bird. The bird stupid. Second one if you're gonna fuck me over with a stupid ass bird, right? At least kill Gabby and make sure she stays a Titan. Like that's what I'm gonna say.
Win hating,
Like
bro.
that's
Actually,
I'm so bad about that.
So Dylan, one of your least favorite animals is a bird now, right? Like
Yep.
you hate bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird
Yeah.
man, didn't you work at like a place that had a ton of birds? And now you're
Yeah,
like,
I actually bonded with a bird. One of those birds knew my name.
You were like,
Oh,
yo,
God.
fuck all birds, bro.
Yeah, fuck that bird specifically. Fuck that bird
okay.
in this anime and this stupid fuck Falco. Fuck Falco's bird ass. Fuck his bird brain
Bird
ass,
ass
bro.
is crazy.
Fuck his bird brain ass motherfucker.
like, also, that's actually my biggest gripe. Connie, not fucking dead.
Dude,
Honest to God,
did
I
not
want
give a
that.
fuck.
Like, honestly,
I don't know why you
More
want
people
that
could have
so
died.
bad.
More people could have died. I'll give
More
you that.
people
More
could
people
have
could have
died.
died.
That's true.
Dude,
But the
Dude,
fact that
Connie-
Eren died kind of made up for it a little bit, though. So
Connie is on my hit list. If I was ever
That was like the only ending you could really get is Eren dying.
Yeah,
Dude, like,
um,
Connie's
I
been
mean,
on my
he
hit
coulda
list
won.
since day one.
He coulda
Cannot
won.
care about that bald ass motherfucker,
And he
leukemia
gained-
motherfucker.
Honestly, hey, I'm gonna be real. This is
what
gonna
do
be
you
controversial. This is gonna be controversial for me, right? I like this ending better than if he killed everything.
Wait,
You would
also,
not usually hear me say that,
I know,
but
Mori,
this time around, yeah, I prefer this one.
I know Mori was sick when Connie got hair at the end. I know,
Dude,
Connie
I-
was sick.
Attack on Titan. My overall thoughts on Attack on Titan.
Overall thought.
Overall rating, I will give it this. I think it's at least a 9. It's got to be a 9, bro. It's up there, bro. This series is gonna go down in history, bro. This is one of those series. It's gonna go down in history forever because it's gonna be a GOAT, bro. So that's just the way it is. And even after this special, bro, the special in my opinion was a 9. Dude, I fucking loved this special, bro. The special was sick as fuck. I didn't have too much against it, like I said, besides the fucking and like I said, the stuff that I was mad at was stuff that is kind of insignificant. I feel like the bird is the only thing, and that's why that's the one point. The Gabby thing is kind of like a personal grudge, but like the bird point, I was actually like, dude, that's dumb. So that's the why it's not a 10. And but the Gabby, if I was going off personal base, it'd be an 8.5 because they didn't kill Gabby. But we're gonna keep it at a 9. So I think the special was a 9.
For you,
and the series as a whole 9. Sorry.
For you personally, did you think Attack on Titan was like a 9 for you?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
For me.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a 9 overall. 9 for me. I think it's overall all around.
Anyways, to kind of get my thoughts over it, because I think my thoughts are way different from both River and Dylan's. I think the finale was just cool.
I'm confused.
I think the first hour was amazing, and the last 30 minutes were just all right. There were things that I wish were tied up, in my opinion. I wish there were more answers, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Ultimately, it didn't really change my thoughts on Attack on Titan. I'm glad it just ended at this point. Like,
gave me closure.
Yeah, I needed closure. And Attack on Titan, I've known for 10 years. Like, literally, it was the
I gotta
first...
go do laundry. I'll be right back, man.
Yeah, you're good. It was the first seasonal anime I really watched, where like I literally watched week to week on Attack on Titan. It was like really the first one. Other than Toonami, I don't really count the Toonami stuff because I was like on like TV, but like online, I was like, I didn't wait to binge stuff. I like actually watched weekly for Attack on Titan. So forever, Attack on Titan's like in my like, in my memories of like, it's a great show. It's amazing. I think it's like at the bare minimum, it's a 9 out of 10. Like Dylan said, I think you could have gripes with it. I think there are flaws in Attack on Titan, but you could also like an anime even with its flaws. So it's like
No, like for me, like especially with my rating system, my 10s. If I tell you my 10s, most of you guys are gonna be like, that doesn't really make sense. But of course, to me, it's like even if it's perfect to me, because at least my opinion, imperfections, if they are flawed, like they make sense, like the imperfections enhance it to a state that is perfect to me.
Right. And if Eren and Armin got together at the end, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is this the agenda? Why?
I mean,
No,
and then, honestly,
it's-
and then Archie, even
This feels
further.
so
If
unnecessary.
Archie, even further. If Suzaku and
Oh my God.
If Suzaku and
No.
Lelouch got together, yo,
Okay, so you know what?
Fucking
I guess
perfect.
are me and Dylan supposed to get together at the end of the flow? Is that what this is? That what's supposed to happen?
Honestly,
Like-
that's what I want. That's what I want. Personally, that's what I want.
Dude,
Like
I'm sorry.
what is like why?
If Code Geass actually had that ending, perfect series to me. Like honestly, would be like one of the best conclusions in the world.
Yeah.
Face.
Some things just bamboozle me sometimes, but I don't know. I guess we can't just have like friends anymore. They all just have to love me like romantic. I don't know why, but shit, yeah. I guess that brings it to me in terms of my situation with Attack on Titan. Oh, Archie, no, did the finale change it at all for you in terms of that, or would it just kind of stay
It
the
kind of
same?
kept it the same.
Okay.
It didn't. The thing I'll say is that it didn't elevate it higher.
Mm-hmm.
It just kept it where it was.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
It's basically just like that ending. If it landed, could have propelled it to like a.
It would have like been another level.
But yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know
Like
what I
it could have been like almost an 11 out of 10. You know, like things
Yeah.
like that. Like I that's at least what I thought too. Like especially like even if the like let's just say the ending arc to me landed, I do think that would have been like it would have been in my top 10, maybe even my top 10 media of all time. You know, like things like that.
Right.
I truly believe that, but it just right as it is how it was the finished product, it is an 8 out of 10 to me.
Right.
But I will say, Chibi High School Attack on Titan better than AOT.
Type shit. I guess okay. So I do feel like the one thing that I think from all accounts. So this I guess goes to Morgan and any of you who maybe haven't seen the anime episode yet. If you are watching this, I feel like it, at least according to everyone I've heard, it is like at least better than the manga ending for sure. Like easily.
That's what I heard too.
Well, yeah.
It seems to me, at least from what I've heard from Morgan, from what I watched, that it flowed probably much better than it did in the manga, at the very least.
I've
Well, and
spoken to many manga readers like during like last night, and they all kind of told me the same of like the anime did it better, but not better to the point where it changed their mind about Attack on
yeah.
Titan.
Well, I mean, I just think like for me, like example, it did just get rid of the worst scene in my opinion of the whole series. It did.
Mhm.
I mean, again, him saying like "see you in hell." I think that's a like. I think
That's
that's a
sick.
very like, honestly like
Ooh.
it's a raw line, but also with a connotation with friends.
Yeah.
Like seeing your friend in hell. That's showing that like in a way to me is like our bond will not be severed no matter where we go. You
Mhm.
know, that's at least what I can skew it as. But we're gonna see River when you're like, oh my god.
No, bro. So there's one thing we didn't mention, but I think another sick moment that did tie some shit up was when I don't remember when it was, but Levi's like thinking in his head, and he's like, "Bro, like I'm happy that we saved Armin and not Erwin. Like I'm glad that this is what
Yeah.
we did.
Oh
and
yeah,
this
that
is
was
the
good. That
decision
was
we-"
good too.
That was sick.
That was good.
That was
I
dope.
like that they did. I liked it.
And
but
especially
yeah.
like it's him accepting that like
Mhm.
he is probably the better successor. You know, like
Yeah.
like
And like with the same look in his eyes as we did, I was like, "Oh, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
That was fine."
I like
yeah.
and I liked the way he looked at Eren. Anyways,
I'm just gonna leave. But yeah. So
anyways,
so my
any other
thoughts. I think so. Overall, I think Attack on Titan. The finale, like has been said, it didn't necessarily change it for me. I do think though that I personally, from watching it, I don't really think it could have done much better in my opinion. As where the story was going, how things went, I think it landed for me. It was a good conclusion. It was one I was happy with, and I struggled to in my mind come up with any way where it could have been done better to propel it. Because look, for me, it was at number 3 before this, and it will probably stay at number 3. Could it get to 2? I'm thinking could it get to 2? I don't know.
wait, what's your 2 again?
Code Geass.
Geass. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude,
Wait,
no,
what?
but Code Geass has the better ending though.
Wait
Yeah.
a sec. Wait a sec. Then what's your 1?
Monster.
monster.
Oh, I totally forgot that changed up recently. My bad.
I think it won't pass Code Geass just because it tried to do a Code Geass.
I know.
I mean,
I
especially
know
like
that kind of.
Again, like I personally think like at least with you, especially because you are the one that, like I know who's the biggest Code Geass fan out of my friends. You know, like it was always like it's kind of like the trademark how I'm the Crollo fan. You know, like or like the Demon Slayer fan. You know, that's like I have that trademark. You are like the Code Geass fan to me. So like I don't think you will fall out of love. Like especially like I mean it might depend on reread, but then again like at least for me like whenever I rewatch or anything, usually that gets propelled at that moment. Because that's like example why I watch One Piece so many times is just because I forget shit.
You watch
all
One
the time.
Piece multiple times?
Yeah, like I think it was when it got to 800 episodes, I watched the full thing twice for each 100 episodes. And once it got to 900, I mean like to 900, I reread it. I mean, I read the whole thing. So I've consumed the story 3 times.
Okay. That's impressive.
Anyways, any
no, just to finish. I wasn't done yet. Okay. So I think it will probably stay at 3. It doesn't change. For me, it was a 10 out of 10 before. I think it will maintain that. I think the finale was I find very little wrong with the finale, like Dylan said. I personally think the finale was probably a 9 out of 10 just because I feel like there were certain points in the finale that didn't quite land fully. I think we've obviously discussed the gripes that we had. I think there were definitely some things that didn't land fully that I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think the way that it ended with kind of the cycle, I think that it wasn't a bad message, just like saying, oh, well, humans will always like find violence regardless. And that's like sad shit. And like we try to overcome, we can never overcome. It's almost like, it's kind of like giving us a message like we should, we should try to be better than what we've seen. And like, this is what humans have been throughout history. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of a testament to the history, and like history repeats itself and shit, right? So I mean, obviously, I don't think it's necessarily saying like, oh, we shouldn't, try to overcome that, whatever. But regardless, I think again it hit on everything it really needed to for the most part. So I'll probably give it a 9 out of 10. I think the series on its own, 10 out of 10 for me. I'll probably stay at number 3. Again, I think like Archie said, it did similar in terms of the ending to Code Geass, and it just wasn't as good as Code Geass's ending. In terms of it, I feel like Isayama had to be inspired by Code Geass. There's no way that he didn't see that and was like, did some similar things.
It is a mecha after all. Hey.
Facts. I think, that's gonna be a tough one because like the thing is, if it was a different ending, if it had so many similarities to Code Geass, I feel like it'd be much easier for me to put it above Code Geass. But the fact that you draw so many similarities and Code Geass was just better. It's like it's really gonna be difficult to like put it above it in that instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And I'm glad that Dylan mentioned the Ava thing too, because I'm like, yeah, it does have so many parallels to Evangelion too. So it's like it literally drew
like the whole concept of being in a place that's out of space and time and life or death or blah blah blah, and reflecting on all these actions that you did and all these choices and blah, like that is so Ava, bro.
Yeah,
like very much.
It's so interesting that they took it felt like it took the inspiration from 2 completely interesting endings, I would say. Like whether if you like the endings or not of both series, it's those are huge endings that everyone remembers.
Right? Yeah. So, and it's cool because it's like the main reason people hated the Ava ending was because it ended too happy-go-lucky, and that's why he made End of Ava, which is like everything went wrong and it's fucked up, right? But so this has the elements of Ava, but it's not a like perfect happy ending. Right. It's no way. There's like unlike Ava, like in Ava there's supposed to be like a perfect happy ending kind of thing. But in this one, it took like that concept, but then it was like, this is gonna be happy. But
all right.
Yeah, but I like how Dylan put it earlier with like, oh, this is like one of those anime, like it's generational. Like you see everyone's reaction to it ending, like not having Attack on Titan going on anymore.
Let's put it like this. There are very few shows that can make Crunchyroll completely crash.
Yeah, I mean,
there's only like 3 anime that could do that right now.
Like we said, it happened with One Piece when Gear 5 came out,
and Dragon Ball Super when that.
Oh yeah, Super, yeah.
When Ultra Instinct came, when MUI.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct, yeah, and Attack on Titan. Those are the 3.
Master Math. Are you talking about first Ultra Instinct or Master
honestly,
Ultra Instinct?
I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember.
Okay,
Yeah,
I bet it was probably the first one.
I think that's kind of
a
good place to end it. You know, it is generational. People have
for sure.
People can be like, oh well, with shit, but in reality, I think that there will come a point in time after the anime is marinated for long enough that I think everyone will kind of have a consensus of like, okay, it was a good enough ending for what it needed to be. I don't think anyone. It's gonna be. I feel like it's hard to just completely hate the ending forever. Like as you saw, manga readers start to come around to it eventually. I feel like that'll probably happen with anime onlys, and you know, again, like I've seen it with my own eyes. People be like, "Oh, like this is the greatest shit of all time I've ever seen." Like one of my friends was like, "Bro, I had Naruto, now Attack on Titan over Naruto." Damn. I was like, "Dang, that's crazy."
Damn,
you know, because motherfuckers love Naruto. But anyways, you know how.
I'm glad it's done.
Same.
Like, I think it's you know, like I think it dragged enough. Where it's like, all right, it's finished. Cool.
Like, I'm happy it's done. Rest in piss, Isayama, bro. Rest in piss, man.
This guy. But
why Isayama hate? I mean, he not Urasawa, but like, chill on Isayama, bro. Like, I mean, not everyone could be Urasawa, bro. Like,
not everyone could be a Rocky. You know, not everyone could be a Rocky.
Yeah, not everyone.
Now I can turn my attention fully back to One Piece.
Urasawa and Togashi. You know, they like this, bro. We're having two series that's like that.
Here's what I want to say, though, River. I did catch up on Eminence and Shadow this morning. I'm caught up on Eminence, Freerin, and Ragna.
I'm actually pretty happy.
I'm just gonna say, got nothing on Bo Ditama, which is the Kiss X's creator.
Oh my goodness. Okay. On that note, thanks to Mori for joining us today. You know what I'm saying?
No problem. This is my first time. Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna get back invited, bro.
No, hey, Mori, I'm gonna invite you back when we talk about like. The biggest like couples who should have been
women.
No, he's gonna be back when we do the biggest haters too. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I will be there. Okay, anytime there's anything about hating or like that needs a hater in it, I am there.
It's Mori Barathon, bro. Come on, bro.
Mori Barathon, man. Again, even if they don't invite me, I somehow will crash into one of their houses or hack the server, bro. I will be there.
Hey, Mori. Naruto and Sasuke like this, right?
This is not. No. All right, stop, man.
Let's get out of here.
Make sure y'all check out Mori's channel. I know he's been dropping some vids over there. Hopefully, he'll be dropping some more. You know.
Yeah, eventually. I have to still do that song, but I will. That's the next one.
Okay, all right, we ready. And before we do leave, I do have to give y'all a very special place. It's not, you know, it may not be as special as AOT in our hearts, but it is. Actually, you know what? It's more special. What am I saying? It's the Flow Patreon. I got my glasses back today, everybody. I got them back. They're back. You feel what I'm saying? Dylan got them too. You feel me?
I don't got any, bro. Oh, I feel left out, man. I feel left out.
You can do this. You can do this. Just do this.
Yeah.
Touch it. Yeah. So yeah, man. We got over 120. You know, I think almost 120 pieces of content over there. Great content, even more stuff. You can access each of these podcasts damn near right when we record them, as opposed to having to wait for them to be edited and to come out, which is probably 2 to 3 weeks earlier. This one will be out a little earlier than that, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, man, hella good stuff over there, bro. Reactions, whatever. I know we're gonna be doing some more heater stuff over there. Alex got a lot of good stuff planned, so make sure to check it out. All the money we get from that goes straight back into the podcast, so feel free to help support us. And anyway,
hey man, there's gonna be some stuff that y'all. Hold up. There's gonna be some stuff that y'all are probably not gonna see from this podcast at the very beginning. If y'all want to see that, you gotta go to the Patreon.
Oh, that was
wild. That's the only way you're gonna see it. There's some stuff. Hey, if you want to see me acting out of pocket, go to the Patreon. There's some stuff from this pod that you're not gonna see. That's what I'm gonna say.
I talked about Peak's mouth way too much in that one.
But yeah, anyways, man.
Let's just say. Let me just say, I'm an actual person who pays for the highest tier of the flow. It is worth it because I get to see all the pods.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't comment. That's like the one little a bad thing about it. I don't comment on the actual YouTube videos. because I watched them so early.
There you go. There you go. See, there you
So
go.
like
Right
you
there.
get that shit.
Hey, you
And
paid
you get
for
a
that,
lot of
bro.
like extra cool like things about like the flow just hanging out. They're all great people. And also I'm pretty sure in the links down below we have a Discord where you could come talk to all of us. And we hang around. We're a good, tight community,
Oh, shit.
and we just love just to fuck around with people, but also just be a cool community. But remember, the person that we bully the most is RJ on the rise.
RJ
on the rise, man.
Except for me, I bully River as much as possible.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's as good of a testament as we could have, but I also do have to shout out Maury, Phantom, Weave, T, Archie, and Ichiban as our patrons. You know, we appreciate it. You also get a shout out every single pod if y'all join the Patreon. So tap in. And yeah, man, like and subscribe, help us grow. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers as soon as possible. So do that. And go ahead and comment your thoughts on LT down below, because I know y'all got thoughts in some way. Especially if you made it this far in the video, you got to have a lot of thoughts. So tap in with us, man. And any final words from you guys before we head out?
I hate saying this.
Peace,
I hate
guys.
saying this, but realize, bro.
Yeah. And on that
You'll
note,
realize how good of a pod this is once you watch it.
Type shit. And on that note, this has been The Flow. This has been your new favorite podcast series. This has been your new addiction. And we love you guys, and we will see you later. Flow out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
I was wrong.